Well, hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport with me, Jamie Davis, and alongside me is Tom Rodgers, who is a contributor to BVB Buzz, which is a Borussia Dortmund website contributing to that club in Bundesliga. Tom, straight away, how are you? It must be a bit weird being in lockdown at the moment.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Jamie. It's been a bit weird, but you got to get used to it. You can still get some articles out there, still working, so not too much change on that front.
Dortmund, you probably straight away know what I'm going to ask you, which is, of course, Jadon Sancho, a man that's being wanted, especially by English clubs, Man United, for example, maybe Chelsea and other clubs like that as well. But what do you see in it at the moment? Because he was always going to be tipped to leave Dortmund at some point because of the skills and ability he has. But do you feel it's a bit too soon? Do you think he could leave this summer? What are your views on it?
Yeah, I knew the rumours would come after this season. Obviously, he's got 16, 17 assists, 14 goals. He's been incredible. He could probably fit into both sides across Europe, but for me, he needs another season at Dortmund to really progress and push on again, prove he can do it. Another season in the Bundesliga at a top club, challenging Bayern Munich again, and then maybe move to England. Sides like Chelsea have got their pretty much front three sorted now. Man United have got Greenwood coming through, Martial, Rashford. So there's not really much room for him there. But if he went to probably Man United, he would probably start over Greenwood. Then obviously, then they're hampering their own talent coming through.
Yeah.
So for me, I would have if I was Sancho, I'd stay Dortmund another year, get your head down, and then just prove that you can do it. And he'll probably get a move to Barcelona or Real Madrid in the next few seasons. So
I think what people forget as well is if I was Sancho and the agent told me, look, I can get you a contract at Man United, I'd straight away respond back and just say to him, look, my team at the moment have got Champions League football. Man United at this moment potentially don't, and certain things like that. Surely you'd rather stay with a team that's building, especially when you've got Erling Haaland that's just come in, who's doing wonders up front.
yeah, well, they've got a great side together now. They've got obviously Thorgan Hazard, Julian Brandt, Haaland, Sancho. They've obviously just got Emre Can from Juventus. Still got Witsel in midfield. And they've got a couple of young lads as well. Obviously at the back, they've got Zagadou, Akanji as well. Guerrero at wing back has been class as well. So they're really building a good side, and it would be a shame to see them just get it ripped apart by, say, Haaland going off to Madrid, Sancho leaving for wherever. But I do think Dortmund in the next couple of seasons could really challenge Bayern Munich. I know Bayern Munich are getting stronger and stronger, but there's no reason why Dortmund can't challenge them.
And I think as well, maybe for Sancho, the motivation in my eyes, Bayern Munich are one of the favourites to win the Champions League, especially with how strong they looked against Chelsea before the lockdown. So maybe little things like that as well for Sancho might just get him hungry to go, look, I want to stay with this club for a bit longer and let's try and show to Bayern Munich that we can beat them to the top again. Because it has been a few years for Dortmund.
Yeah, I think it's been 8 years in a row Bayern Munich have won the league now. And yeah, the motivation's got to be there to dethrone Bayern Munich. Obviously, they've on about getting Leroy Sané in now, which would be incredible for Bayern Munich. Like you said, I think they're favourites for the Champions League. They're so good. They're so much better than any of the other sides in there. Probably there's a couple in there that might give them a game, but it depends. Like Atletico Madrid might hold them, but I can't see it. I can see Bayern Munich probably running away with this Champions League if I'm not.
Yeah, the other teams of Atletico Madrid have been tipped as well. But I think with Bayern Munich as well, I mean, we saw them in Bundesliga, didn't we, in the restart? I don't think they lost or even drew a single game. I might be wrong on that, but every time I watched them, they made it so convincing. They just made it like it was a normal game to them. And even with Sancho and the lot at Dortmund, they tried to keep up, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, they just managed to blow teams away. It was either they would just come out of first gear and they'd just blow teams away. There could be 1-0 at half time, then all of a sudden you're at the 60th, 65th minute and it's 4-0 Bayern Munich. And you would just blink, you wonder what's happened there then. And obviously they've still got Thomas Muller and Lewandowski, and they're linking up. We've got the most assists and goals contribution together in Europe. So they are just a phenomenal side.
Now, of course, yourself and other members of BVB Buzz, you'll obviously probably been talking about Sancho and the transfer rumours. You've probably seen loads of transfer rumours and think, rubbish, no, that doesn't make sense. No, what do you mean he's going to Faroe Islands? That makes no sense. So what's been the buzz inside of BVB Buzz? What have they been saying?
There's not been as much as you'd think, really. Obviously, it's all been mainly Man United because they've been the real ones chasing him. But obviously, Man United came out and said they don't want to pay more than 50 million for him. They might as well have come out and said, we're not buying Jadon Sancho, because that won't buy Jadon Sancho, I'm afraid. You're probably looking at 100, 120 million for Sancho in this current market, especially if he goes to England with the, obviously, meeting criteria for English clubs with English players. But yeah, there's been that. And then obviously there's been rumoured interest from Real Madrid and Barcelona, but that's very light. I wouldn't take anything. I'd take that with a pinch of salt.
With United yesterday, as we record this, they did say, didn't they, that they wouldn't spend more than 50 million for Sancho, which everyone knew straight away. What are you saying? Because that's not happening. It's not like going to a charity shop and picking up a bargain. That's just not going to happen. So you've just said, haven't you, 100 million at least for Sancho. I guess the only way Dortmund would take it down is if maybe Sancho said, I just don't want to play for the club anymore.
Yeah, well, obviously there was a bit of unrest probably at October, November time. He fell out with Lucien Favre because he was turning up late to training, etc., etc. His discipline was a bit shot, but he came back. His response to that was fantastic. So, but yeah, it's going to take 120 million. But the only issue Dortmund might have is if he does stay another year, he then only has a year left in his contract at the end of next season, which could ultimately mean he goes for the Timo Werner price of around 40-50 million pounds.
Yeah, and we all know that was a bargain by Chelsea, and anything above that is still a bargain in my eyes. But it's that concern of whether or not it'll work for them in that league, and I think for Lampard, he's doing wonders with that Chelsea team slowly as he builds with them. But I guess another thing is with Sancho staying for another year, he should really look at Euros next summer, shouldn't he? Because as long as he continues this form as well, he's got a starting lineup right there.
Yeah, well, he knows for a fine fact he's going to start for Dortmund probably week in, week out. Whereas if he goes off to United, Ollie might just go, oh, well, we're going to play you, but you're going to have to share a bit of game time with Mason Greenwood, who also will want to try and make that Euro squad. So then he's already got direct competition there. Whereas if he stays at Dortmund, he'll make that European Championship squad, no doubt.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, let's get your final prediction then. So Sancho this summer, where's he going, or is he staying?
I'm going to go. I think he's staying. I think he'll give it another year at Dortmund, and then he'll be off next summer.
Well, anyway, Tom, thank you very much for joining us on Let's Talk Sport. And good luck to Dortmund, and of course for BVB Buzz and the rest in the future.
Cheers, Jamie. Thanks for that.